Welcome back to Candy's Art World. I'm Candy, and today let's go shopping.
Take the next right, then your destination will be on the left. Your destination is on the left. Use the left lane to take exit 107A, then use the left lane to keep left. Use the left lane to keep left. Keep left at the fork. Continue on US 52.
Today I'm going to test products that I got from Blick Art Supply Store. I tried to stay with their brand name products, but I did find this large Stay Wet Super Pro palette, and it comes with a sponge and 5 papers, so I'll end up having to order some more papers for it, but I've been using a little tiny palette that is a Stay Wet palette, and I figured give it a try with the bigger palette and see if that works a little bit better for me, because I've been filling up that little palette so quickly. And so I wanted to give a bigger Stay Wet palette a try. They had so many colors of their paint. I wanted to buy them all, but I had to limit myself to just 3, so I'll probably end up pulling some other colors from my other paints. But these are the colors that I picked from their line, and I found a pack of paint brushes. It has 12 paint brushes of different sizes and shapes, mostly rounds and a couple of flats. And then the thing I'm probably the most excited about is this. It looks like a canvas, and it's going to act like a canvas, but it is actually wood. I've never painted on wood before, but this is Blick Premier Artist Panel, Prime Smooth. It's 18 by 24, and it has a 7/8 inch cradled. It says it's premium archival acid-free gesso, and it's primed on all sides. It's solid pine cradle for ultimate stability, and warp-resistant 3mm MDF surface. So if we flip it around, it looks like a canvas in the way in which it is stabilized and has an edge to it. But this thing is really solid. Really solid. When they were finishing it, apparently they ended up touching the back, and I did not see that when I picked this one up. If I would have probably looked and seen if there was some that was a little bit more clean in the back, but that has no effect on the front of the canvas. And this costed like $23.99 or something like that, so like $24 for this big of a surface. A canvas, which is wobbly and all that, of this size would be almost double that. So I'm really excited to see if it's worth it, or if I should go back to canvases, or if I should find some more wood panels to work on. Now, if I was to be painting something for shipping, the canvas would win because of being so much lighter. It wouldn't cost as much to send it, because shipping costs are insane for shipping art. But this would add some pounds to it, so I have no idea how much that would end up costing to send. But if somebody was to want art on a wood canvas, I'd be open to give it a try and learn as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and open this stuff and set up my palette, and I will be back. Actually, I'll open the palette right now in front of you, and then I'll take it to go, because you have to soak the paper and the sponge. I don't have a sink in my studio, so, but I want you guys to see inside of it with me. This looks different than my other one. Oh, well, there's a whole palette on this too, where you can put paints. It is plastic. There's something. Not sure what that is. maybe it's feet for it so it doesn't slide around when you're digging into the paint.
Okay, so you're supposed to prepare the acrylic paper using the hottest water that you can get from the tap. Place a sheet of the paper in the sink or other water basin until water is fully submerged. Let the paper soak for about 15 minutes. Soaking it longer will not hurt the paper. So at least 15 minutes, you can soak for however long after that. Quick tip, place the paper into a microwave safe dish of water and microwave it on high until the water boils. About 3 to 5 minutes if you want to do it quicker than the 15 minutes. Wet the sponge. Before using the sponge for the first time, rinse it thoroughly under running water to remove the surface additives used in manufacturing. Then fully saturate the sponge with cold water and wring half the water out of the sponge. Place the wet sponge in the palette tray. For best results, place the smooth side of the sponge facing up in the tray. Place a piece of stay wet paper prepared in step 1 on top of the sponge. Use a paper towel or soft cloth to wipe off the excess moisture from the paper. Place your paints on the paper. Paints will slowly absorb moisture from the sponge through the paper. Dark paint colors will sometimes bleed back into the sponge. Simply wash out the sponge when you finish your project. The paper is strong and will not easily tear, even if you use a palette knife to mix paint. Acrylic paper is reusable. Simply wash off the paint with a light scrubbing and reuse it.
Whew, finally. Okay, I'm back. I soaked the paper, wet the sponge, all that, and I figured out this side is for watercolor paints. This is for acrylic paints, or if you use oil paints, then you would have to buy a different kind of paper for it. But it would work for it, but it doesn't come with the paper for it though. I think I'm gonna paint like a big dandelion with a sky background. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some blue paint on my palette. I'll paint the sky in first, and then I will draw in the rest and paint that part in. So that's the blue paint. And then, well, maybe I'll go ahead and add some white paint as well, so I can make some variation in the sky. And these are Blick Studio acrylics. This one's called Light Blue Permanent, and this is Pearl Metallic. Uh-oh, I thought it was just white. Kids, it pays to read. But we shall see what we get with it. That's awesome. Get to try something different. And now let's open this panel. I don't end up throwing away the pieces of plastic. I'll keep them, and if I need a quick palette or something like that, I'll use the wrapper instead of just sending it straight to the landfill. It feels really smooth. So I should be able to get some good little tiny details in without any of the bumping that you see on a canvas. That's as zoomed out as my camera gets, and it's barely in the frame, so, and it's blurry. So I'm gonna go ahead and start painting. I'll probably put on some music. You guys can relax and enjoy. And then I will meet you back at the end and let you know what I think about painting on this and my wet palette and the paint. Grab a snack and enjoy. Okay, so my opinion on painting on the wooden panel that I got from Blick's Art Supply. I enjoyed working on it. It is different than painting on a canvas. The paint doesn't stick the same way. I mean, it does. It's just different. Because I guess because it doesn't have the woven fabric to cling onto, it takes a little bit different approach to getting it to stick, and you have to make sure that it really dries between layers, otherwise it will pick up all of the color, which does happen on a canvas as well, but it happens a little more on the wooden panel. But that said, I really enjoyed painting on this, and I wish I would have bought more. Maybe I'll order some since I don't live near a Blick's Art Studio store, whatever they call it. The paints that I got from there, pretty good. There's a couple of spots that were pretty much dry and then got like a drip of water or something on it, and then went to wipe the water drop off and it left a lighter color underneath, so it might not, the paint might not be as weatherproof or whatever as some of the others, but that'll be fine. Just put a varnish over the top and you shouldn't have any problems with that. Granted, I haven't done it yet, so I don't know for sure. I'm not sure if I will put a varnish on this piece. I usually just varnish the pieces that people have ordered and I'm going to ship out. To me, varnish is expensive and it adds a glare that you don't really need if it's staying at your house. But I really enjoyed working with the stuff I got at Blick's, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Have a great day.